Hello, everybody. Final Rich here. I'm not feeling so good. Got a sore throat, plugged up, but I'm still here. You know, Steve Carlson, he gets all the credit. Oh, he makes the morning show every Sunday. Blah, 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 blah. I know he's a nice guy. And I'm a dick. But hey, I make a video darn near every week too, but I get no credit, do I? I mean, I work 6 days a week, 7 days a week, and I still have time to make these videos. But what appreciation do I get? You just take me for granted. As far as working, hey millennials, and all you snooty types, quit drinking all these precious wines and all these mixed drinks and all these craft beers. I tried an IPA. It's horrible. I mean, come on. You're trying to convince yourself that shit's good. Just drink beer. Maybe smoke some weed. Drop some acid once in a while if you're level-headed. Forget all that pretentious bullshit. Before I show the records, I have just been informed that Russian bots have infiltrated the VC. Apparently they're trying to convince us that Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr are still making great albums. And I think their goal is to subvert new ideas in music. So fight it. Fight the Russian bots. Like Hillary Clinton said, there's a Russian around every corner. Now, about a month or so ago, it's probably been maybe 2 months, I got this record. I didn't order this record. It was just stuck in there as a stiffener. And usually when that happens, they're usually pretty crappy records. This is Hedge and Donna. It's a couple, black broad and a white dude. Apparently they got married. And it's a good album, man. All the friendly colors. I dug it. I was pretty surprised. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. The lighting's not that great right now in here. And this week, I got this one. I haven't listened to it yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good. It's Chris and Rita, Break Away. Thought I'd show those. Now on to the records. Something that I don't need. It's another garage comp. And came with this hype sticker. Oh wow, look at that. Look how easy that, I got that shrink off, or outer covering. Now, I know I made a comment about you should take the records out of the shrink and out of the record actually, and don't put them back in. Do it after the video. And some people acted like I got mad if you do that. I don't really care. I'm just trying to help you make better videos. But anyways, this is a Pacific Northwest fuzz box. And it's Garland Records. I guess it was a record company up I think it was in Oregon. And this is fantastic garage fuzz music that I love. It's kind of, a lot of these songs I think are like 69, and it's a little bit late for that sound. They're a little bit behind the times up there in the Pacific Northwest. I'm just kidding, They got the Sonics, dude. Beautiful blue vinyl. Brings out the blue in my eyes. But yeah, it's a really cool. And I heard this on Dead Wax 66's live show maybe 3 weeks ago or so. Now, this next one, it's a grill for me. This is not an original, it's a 2001 reissue, but still, you don't see these. It's the Doug Dougs, band from Mexico, psych band. Very cool. I think this record is great. I've heard some people say, oh, it has two good songs, and some of the others are not that. I think it's good all the way through, and I dig it, dude. I think it originally came out in 1970, 71, so it was a little late for the psychedelic sound, but that was the case in a lot of these, Mexico or Turkey and some of these other countries. They got into the psych thing in the 70s. But yeah, I'm glad to have this. It wasn't that cheap, even though it's a 2001 reissue. It was $40. But anyways, Doug Dougs, really good. Look them up on YouTube. Really cool Mexican psych band. This next one is Are You Experienced? T Swift and the Electric Bag. I guess a lot of people probably didn't know that Taylor Swift and Jimi Hendrix made a record together, Great stuff, all instrumental. It's actually Jerry Cole. He made several, or they repackaged a lot of the same instrumental recordings in a lot of different albums. He's the one that made, or was behind the Animated Egg. It was him and a lot of other, I believe, LA session musicians. I have that one, something the id. But yeah, this is pretty cool stuff. On Custom Records. It's a 60s psych exploito. Pretty low budge label there. But the vinyl's in great shape. It doesn't even have hairlines on it. The cover, I would say, is in BG maybe, but the record's excellent. Now these next two are filling some holes. Oh. Ooh La La by the Faces. This was the last album by the Faces that I did not have. It's probably my least favorite album by theirs. It was their last studio album, and it was, at least here in the U.S., it was their most successful. It has one of my favorite songs by them, Cindy Incidentally, the second song. It's another instance where the second song blows the first one away. And it's just a weird, this thing pulls down, it's a little bent here, and his eyes do whatever. And then I guess this flaps open. It's a weird packaging. It's a promo copy, which is no big deal to me. But, yeah. Here's the dudes and the song credits. And the record's in here somewhere. This is a nightmare packaging. Original Warner Brothers sleeve, is it? Yeah. And it's a white label promo, which is cool. I must admit, it's pretty cool. And it's pretty good shape. BG+++. And it's got a poster that I don't remember. It's probably stupid. Let's see. And it's got the lyrics in a black and white poster, Very cool edition, though. And now I have all the Faces studio albums. And now, the next one, I have all the LA Kaleidoscope albums. This was the only one that was eluding me. Bernice, their fourth studio album. This one is a little more rock based. The singer doesn't sound like a pirate. It does end with Soft and Easy. No, New Blue Coo-Oos. Almost a 10-minute song, so they get a little psyche in this. But yeah, this is more of a straight ahead rock album. And it's very good. There's David Lindley. But yeah, I really love Kaleidoscope. And it's on the Epic label. And the original inner sleeve. Now this next one is an interesting album. This is a European Union, made in the European Union. I believe the singer here is from Hungary or something like that. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. She sings in Hungarian and English, and then the same songs. You know, she'll go back and forth. It's a punk album, hardcore punk, with some metal guitar sounding tinges, and the singer, she doesn't sound like sounds like a guy almost, you know. Pretty good vocals. I mean, pretty unique, and I like this album a lot. The game, or just game. No one wins. Oh yeah, right here. No one wins. It's on Bandcamp. You can listen to it. It probably is on YouTube too. Comes with this insert with the lyrics and pretty much no information about the band at all. But yeah, it's got the lyrics, and I think it's Hungarian and English. And I think this one was limited to 300 on red vinyl. Pretty cool. If you can find this in the States, I would recommend it. I had this one shipped from Europe. And finally, I got a Run Out Groove here. Run Out Groove, they make really good product. I have a couple of theirs. I recently bought the L7. And I have a Stooges one. Most of their albums I'm really not interested in. But this is one that I was. The Germs. Live at the Starwood. December 3rd, 1980. This is the last show that the Germs actually played in. I believe it was 4 days after this. Darby committed suicide. He wanted to make a big splash. I think even, I've heard that he left a note. I've heard that he wrote on the wall, "Here lies Darby Crash." And he was, I guess, shot up or whatever he did and laid down underneath it. But it just so happened it was the same day that John Lennon was murdered. So it didn't really get much publicity, although that's sick, you know. Double album, the complete show. A lot of these songs have been on, I have them on a record. Like one side is some of these songs. It's a pretty chaotic performance. The drums by Don Bowles is fantastic. When I always avoided this album. It was on CD only before. And I thought it was the Darby Crash Band. But I guess the actual original Germs got together for this show. And yeah, you can tell right away because of the drums. Pat Smear's guitar. Lorna Doom on bass. But yeah, it's a pretty cool show. It's a great document of a great time in LA punk. And it's a double album. Very heavy. It's got to be at least 180. And it's on these blue marble vinyl. Both of them are the same. And yeah, that's it. It came with, what is this? A little, this is pretty cool. That's worth framing, actually. Germs Return. The Starwood. And it's got this little insert with a write-up that is so-so. Let me pull something here. Ugh. If I can find it. Yeah, I got this. I guess this is a bootleg. Germs, Cat's Claws. And this has a book in it that is just fantastic. It's one of the best write-ups of the Germs I've ever. It interviews all the people from the band, members of the Go-Go's. You know, the Go-Go's, the Germs, they were part of that early mask scene. I guess Darby got heavily involved in heroin, and that's when the Go-Go's kind of parted ways, you know. That happened to me in the 70s with one of my friends, Israel. He started shooting heroin and didn't want to have nothing to do with that. But anyways, take care, you ungrateful so-and-sos. I hope my voice wasn't too bad. But Rich still pulls through. But Steve gets all the credit.